Trigger warning, pedophilia. We're going to be talking about the Dalai Lama. Y'all thought the Catholics were rising up because it's Easter. It turns out the Dalai Lama himself is also rising up. And what I mean by that is he's taking a page right out of the Catholic Church's book, the good book, the Holy Bible. I saw this tweet earlier today and thought maybe it's not that big of a deal. I was wrong because the Dalai Lama's account was grossly misrepresenting exactly what went down. Basically, the Dalai Lama came out of the gates swinging with a PR notes app apology. He said a video clip has been circulating that shows a recent meeting when a young boy asked His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, if he could give him a hug. His Holiness wishes to apologize to the boy and his family as well as his many friends across the world for the hurt his words may have caused. His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way, even in public before the cameras. He regrets the incident. When I saw this, I thought, what a weird thing. Like, why are people mad at him? He just hugged a kid, and perhaps that was the intention. That's the reason why they grossly misrepresented the actual situation at play. It's not that the kid was asking for a young boy hug from a young Dalai Lama. He was playfully asking for way more than that. Trigger warning, pedophilia. Dalai Lama calls up a minor boy, kisses him on the lips, and asks for a tongue kiss like he's Tom Brady. Also, notice where he takes the boy's hand. This is disgusting and appears to be a case of child molestation. Turns out it's more than even Tom Brady.
It's my tongue.
That's wild. I mean, is this a mistranslation? Bro, why do you say that in English, dude? What the was that? Here's what I don't understand. Like, is this like I don't know, is it a cultural thing? Do people suck each other's tongues? I don't know. Don't get mad at me. I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know. I'm trying to be like as open-minded as possible. It looks nasty as it looks insane. It is Tibetan tradition to stick your tongue out as a greeting, and the English isn't his first language. The insinuation here is gross. So like, what? Are they sucking tongues left and right? Like, I'm confused. Why is this guy defending asking a child? Probably worth reading. Suck my tongue. The Dalai Lama video controversy explained. Brother, I'm not going to lie. This reeks as doing a little bit of cover up for the Dalai Lama. I'm sorry, but it feels a lot like, people are engaging in a way that just try and make it like, if that was the case, he probably would have fucking said that in an apology. That's a good point. He'd be like, oh, it's just a common Tibetan greeting to, have your tongue sucked by a child. In Tibet, sticking out one's tongue is known as a traditional greeting, stemming from a 9th century myth about an unpopular king with a black tongue. When the king died, Tibetans began revealing their tongues to show they hadn't become his incarnate. Yeah, I think like, you can stick your tongue out to be like, I'm chill. It's a little different when you're like, hey, can you suck my tongue, please? That's wild. That's like Elon Musk calling someone a pedophile is not defamation. It's just a South African cultural reference point. Yeah, the tongue thing is a greeting. Nothing to do with sucking tongues. LA Times from 1997 about the greeting thing. I'm going to be honest. I think the Dalai Lama just wanted to have this child suck his tongue. I don't know if we can hit the, wow, you're being culturally insensitive right now line here pretty hard. It's like the Vatican can't get away with that shit. You know what I mean? Sorry, Sweaty, you're being culturally insensitive. Catholic priests have to molest young children. Like, you don't understand. It's just their culture. I'm not like Mr. fucking neoliberal Western monoculture guy, but, maybe I'm being a little insensitive here, but holy fuck. The Dalai Lama offered excuses for kissing a child in the mouth and asking him to suck his tongue. They should criminally prosecute him for sexual abuse of minors and for being depraved, a degenerate. I am not going to make any assertions further on this until I hear from the number one cuties fan on the internet, Sneeko, until he defends the Dalai Lama, simply stating that that's a normal thing to do. I'm not going to make any assertions on this. I'm waiting for Sneeko to come out of the gate swinging to defend this one too. Inevitably, I'm sure it will happen. The 14th is the current Dalai Lama. Apparently, they did own 6K slaves and serves until democratic. Wait, this is the Dalai Lama that had 6,000 slaves? Now he can't even go about sucking a child's tongue without getting canceled, dude. Capitalism, not so great, huh? Well, actually, if they had their way, Dalai Lama would still have slaves, I suspect. This is all the CCP, Communist Chinese parties doing, stopping him from, doing what he wants to do. Cancel culture, it's probably a Chinese communist propaganda to cancel the Dalai Lama like this. I found the angle, boys. The reactions. The video was recorded by one of the attendees and amassed more than 1 million views. Twitter users slammed the footage, calling it disgusting and absolutely sick. Utterly shocked to see this displayed by the hashtag Dalai Lama. In the past, too, he's had to apologize for his sexist comments by saying, "Now suck my tongue to a small boy is disgusting," tweeted one of the users. "What did I just see? What that child must be feeling? Disgusting," said another. Tibetan culture and tongue greetings. According to a 2014 BBC article, sticking out your tongue can be considered as rude, but in Tibet, it's a way of greeting. It has been a tradition followed by the Tibetan people since the 9th century when the region was ruled by Lang Drama, who was known for a black tongue. After the death of the king, the locals started showing their tongues when asked to confirm that they are not like him or his reincarnation. The Institute of East Asian Studies, UC Berkeley, also mentions this in 2014 piece. Okay, but like that might be an actual tradition, but asking someone to suck your tongue is not. So why did you not clear that part up? It doesn't seem like anywhere were they saying suck my tongue. That's not a Tibetan tradition, it seems. This was way past the greeting stage too. Yeah, he already did the fucking greeting. That's a wild way to try and fucking defend this dude. I mean, that's actually. Other controversies involving the Dalai Lama. In 2019, the Dalai Lama apologized for saying that if his successor were to be a woman, she would have to be attractive. The comments were criticized around the world, were made in an interview with the BBC. In the same year, he also triggered a controversy after saying Europe belongs to the Europeans on the issue of immigrants. Bro, stay in your own lane. Like, what do you mean? Why the fuck are you getting involved in like white nativist sentiment about European migration patterns? Like, what the fuck is going on? Bro, if I lost 6,000 slaves, I'd be working to recover them. That's what I'd be doing. That's crazy. He's out here fucking talking about this. Stay in your lane, dog. Oh, clip it is a joke. Could it be onset dementia? I do think that it probably is. It's more like it could be like dementia in the sense that, you know, he doesn't realize that that's going to not look good for him. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what's going on. Like, it's probably something he does, but now he has no control factor that would stop him from doing it publicly. In 2018, he said that Mahatma Gandhi wanted to give the prime ministership to Muhammad Ali Jinnah, but Jawaharlal Nehru refused as he was self-centered. He added that India and Pakistan would have remained united had Mahatma Gandhi's come true. The Tibetan spiritual leader later apologized for his remark. The Dalai Lama remains the universally recognized face of a movement for Tibetan autonomy. He fled to India in 1959 after a failed uprising against Chinese rule in Tibet, is regarded by Beijing as a separatist. Last month, the Dalai Lama named an 8-year-old U.S.-born Mongolian boy as the 10th Kalka Jetsun Dampa Rinpoche, the 3rd highest rank in Tibetan Buddhism. Wait, what? Bro, why the fuck is there not like cool shit in American Christianity? Dude, that's sick. Like, you give rankings and stuff to just like random children. That's pretty fire. Isn't it like Avatar: The Last Airbender where they like play with toys and shit? And then like if your child plays with like a particular toy, then you're like, oh, that's the reincarnation. Like, it's that sort of like cool stuff. I think, look, you know what my take is on religion. If it's not like harmful, I don't really care if people believe in whatever the fuck they believe in, as long as they're not like using it as a justification for their bigotry. But like things of that nature, like playing with toys and whatever, that stuff is cool. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, this guy's gonna be the next pope because he's playing with these specific toys. Like, he's gravitating towards the specific toys that only the Dalai Lama would play with. Look, once these visions and signs have been followed up and a potential child has been found, there's a series of tests to verify the rebirth. The child is presented with artifacts, some of which belong to the previous Dalai Lama. If the child identifies which objects belong to the Dalai Lama, it is taken as a sign. I fucking called it, dude. I'm so much more cultured than you. All you motherfuckers are like, it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. No, guess what? That's how you find the Avatar, but they stole that from the Dalai Lama. It was also an episode in my favorite slice of life anime, King of the Hill. Let's watch the full clip, I guess, to maybe get a better understanding. And then after that, we'll do the John Oliver.
Okay, come. First here. Then I think finally here also. And suck my tongue. Thank you. Thank you. We are same human brothers, sisters.
What's he grabbing his hand for? That's like fucking makes it extra gross, dude.
Thank you. Now, you should
Speaking to the Dalai is like the closest to speaking to your gods. It was a huge deal. Now imagine if like you fucking are speaking to this like holy figure who's like this prophet, and then he grabs your fucking hand and puts it in his crotch region while telling you to suck his tongue. All of a sudden, your entire understanding of the world as a child is warped. Do you get it? This is like insane. I don't even know how the fuck liberals are trying to defend this, to be honest. Like there's no defense for this. The fact that like this dude was literally trying to be like, oh my God, like you're actually being racist because like the Dalai Lama is just doing like a cultural thing is ridiculous. I think when you get older, you know, some of the control mechanisms that would stop you from doing shit in public goes away. And then you start doing them in public. And then when you do it in public, people are like, what the fuck are you doing, dog? But it's also not even cultural. So I'm not even going to do that. Like, I'm not going to act like that's a thing. We already very quickly found out what the cultural thing was. I do, however, find it incredible that you could be a man who owned 6,000 serfs, like slaves, and in the same lifetime lose all of that and then have to write a fucking notes app apology for sucking on a child's tongue or trying to get a child to suck your tongue. He's lived for too long. Homie, you had like literal child slaves and shit. What the fuck? It's wild that he's getting canceled for like, you know, saying that the next Dalai Lama should be sexy or doing a little bit of fucking pedophilia. Lama Thondup was born on the 6th of July, 1935 to a farming and horse trading family in a small hamlet of Takster of Chijitokstad at the edge of the traditional Tibetan region of Amdo in the Qinghai province. He was one of 7 siblings to survive childhood and one of 3 supposed reincarnated Rinpoches in the same family. His eldest sister, Zeding Dolma, was 16 years his senior and was his midwife to his mother at birth. Damn, bro. The come up is crazy out here. Imagine going from like a horse trading farming family where like all of your siblings got fucking eviscerated to just becoming the Dalai Lama. That's wild. Where are the fucking American podcasters talking about how he started from the bottom, now he's here? You know what I mean? Think about that. The real grindset is the Dalai Lama. That's a self-made guy right there. Look at him. Look at him as a baby, bro. He's got he's got good drip, to be fair. Tibetan drip goes kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't think this is correct. I think the insinuation isn't gross. I think the fact that Dylan is defending this is pretty gross. I'm going to be honest with you.